The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Boson the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now do it. Get there. And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym as we get set for girls and boys basketball tonight here along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Hamadale joined tonight by a very special guest filling in for Mike Burkert, and that is the one and only and the recent Dowling Catholic Hall of Famer, that is Tom Donahue. And Coach Donahue, thanks for sitting in. Appreciate the opportunity to have you sit in with our audience tonight, and congratulations, your JV girls got a avenge win. As you lost to Johnston earlier this year, but you got the win earlier, 50-48 over Johnston. Congratulations, your kids played well, and you were down a player or two, weren't you?
Actually, I'm really proud of the girls, the way they played today. Especially the first group that started, we had a couple of kids that are usually substitutes and came in, and they really had the energy in that first quarter that kind of dictated how the game was going to go. And I'm really proud of them. Johnston pretty much throttled us in the second half when we played them earlier this year. So it was a good win for the girls.
Well, congratulations. How many years is this helping out with the girls basketball team, and through what, 3 coaches now? I don't know. I'm going to say probably 27, 28 years, somewhere. Okay. So it was the mid-90s or so you started, somewhere in late 90s. Well, awesome, Tom, and we appreciate having you here. And what a bigger one than this. You have the Johnston Dragons, the defending state champs, undefeated as they come into this contest at 14-0. And they're, by the way, they've got a 40-game winning streak. Their last loss was the Pleasant Valley back in the 2023 state championship game. But before that, their last regular season loss was right here, 2 years ago, almost to the week. Dowling beat them here at the Dowling Gym back on January 20th, 2023, 62-48 to stop there. And Coach Danner and I were looking this over, like a 37-game winning streak. So
a lot of similarities. I mean,
very much.
Even in the players themselves, the style of play, everything about it. And I remember the energy in here that night was incredible. And it looks like, it's going to be a very, very good crowd. And, it's 1-2. And if you can't get excited for this one, I don't know that you can get excited for a basketball game.
Well, you mentioned the crowd, and it's arriving, as it's a late arriving crowd. The JV game is over with here in the main gym. That was your game. I don't know how Coach Sarcone and the Dowling boys did in the small gym, but that's all right. They haven't come through yet. But, Tom, this is one where you get a lot of energy. Number one, it's on a Friday night. And we got a lot of eyeballs on this. I don't believe it's being streamed other than maybe through the Dowling Huddle account. But if you can't get here, I'm glad they're listening and listen to you.
Absolutely. I'd like to probably should thank Burkert for going to Florida today, because you get to I don't have to, usually I'm behind the camera in anonymity down there on the court. So I often want to take pictures of you and Burkert up here in various stages of your mouths open screaming. So that's always fun. But it's nice to be up here and to watch two quality teams that are so similar. I mean, statistically, they almost mirror themselves. Dominant post player, quality point guards, tremendous role players. Everything about this is, it should be a tremendous game. And I'd be surprised if there's anything maybe some runs. Seems like there's been runs in the Jenica Lewis's last 2 Dowling defeats from Johnston. She has, really kind of changed the game a little bit. coming up with big threes, big possessions, and it'll be a good one.
Yeah, well, Johnston's won 10 of their last 11 against Dowling. That one loss was back in 2023 when Dowling beat them during the regular season and snapped their 30-plus game winning streak. But last month, Johnston winning 49-41 over Dowling over at the Johnston gym.
Yeah.
This is the rematch. And, what's changed? What's stayed the same? And, Tom, you had a look at both. Both teams very well. It'll be interesting to see how this game goes. It was nip and tuck until the end.
Yeah, I think the amount of speed that both teams play, and they get up and down the floor, I think rebounding is obviously going to be huge, always is. And even in the JV game, there's times where a team will get that offensive rebound and then a 50-50 ball, and it's kicked to a kid that's wide open for a three, and they bury it every time. You give teams extra possessions. That usually costs you. And I think that's probably one of the things that maybe Kristen, Dowling coaches, probably emphasize a little bit. They need to get rebounds, secure the ball. Every possession is going to be big in these. So this is, I think Ankeny Centennial, Pleasant Valley, certainly Waukee Northwest will have something to say about it. But this could be a preview of what's going on at the Casey's/Wells Fargo/whatever it is now.
Well, it's Wells Fargo until June 30th. Then it switches.
Okay.
So we don't get to call it that. Oh, my gosh, they let these people in.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It's the Kirby family. Well, they're not anymore. They're all married.
Yeah.
But the Kirby girls are here. Good to see them. You listen to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Hamadell alongside Tom Donahue. Roman Wilkham is our studio producer, and we got a great crowd here in the smaller gym, the Dowling gym, as we go across the city. Tom, since you started, every school has built a new gym.
Yes.
Valley remodeled theirs. Everybody else has new gym. No, Urbandale did too, but everybody else has built a new facility, and we're going to get everybody in here tonight one way or the other.
Yeah, it's funny that when we play in the small gym, we call it, we don't give it a directional name like most schools call it south, nor we just call it the small gym because that's in fact what it is. But our seating is bad. We sit at underneath the baskets. What is that? Vanderbilt
used to, I think.
Used to. So even they've remodeled, but we're still sitting underneath the baskets. It makes substituting and running up to the scorer's table an interesting thing to do. But yeah, this is a close. The walls underneath the baskets are close. Kind of more if you're going to call it an old style gym, this would probably be as close as you could have, other than like you say, all the new schools are remodeled or newer ones. They have tracks and they have
that's right.
They have dance rooms where they're bigger than our small gym, and so it's a home court, and hopefully the crowd here will do its part and help the girls along, kind of that sixth man kind of mentality, and look forward to it.
All right, you're listening to the pregame show on Iowa Catholic Radio. We're going to take a break. Dowling and Johnston, number 1, number 2 in the girls' side. We'll have the doubleheader as game 2. We'll have the boys match up about 7:45. But alongside Tom Donahue, Mark Hamadell, we'll return with the starting lineups. Dowling and Johnston, number 1 and number 2, coming up along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessment International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmentinternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines as we get set for high school girls and boys basketball on this Friday night here in mid-January, January 24th, 2015. Dowling and Johnston. Johnston girls ranked number 1. They come in with a record of 14-0. They are 40-0. They have a 40-game winning streak. Last year they ran the table, won the state title. They defeated Dowling in the championship game 48-36 at Wells Fargo Arena, and they won their first 14 games this year, so they have a 40-game winning streak. Dowling girls come in ranked second in Class 5A. Their record is 13-2, and they have a little winning streak going on. They've won 8 in a row. And Tom Donahue, teams are winding up their pregame, and we're going to go to starting lineups here in a moment. But what are some of the keys that you see for Dowling as far as you touched a little bit on it in our first segment, but what do the Maroons got to do once that ball goes up?
Yeah, certainly rebounding is probably the key thing. And I'm obviously taking care of the ball. Each possession is so important in games like this. You want to make sure that you're not giving up easy steals. And as a matter of fact, I think Johnston is one of the top teams in the state in 5A, at least with steals. They are always getting their hand on the ball, and that, like I mentioned, this is Dowling's gym. It's these girls' house, and they want to take care of it.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the visitors from Johnston. Their head coach is Chad Jellick in his 13th year, 253 wins, 54 losses, an 86% winning percentage. And they have made 10 consecutive trips to the state basketball tournament. They were state champs last year, also in 2021. And in 2016. So they will start this lineup. At point guard is Jenica Lewis, a 5'10 junior, leading scorer, averaging 16.5 points, and she's also leading free throw shooter for that team, shooting 88% from the field, and leads the team in made three-pointers with 35. Lewis will wear number 10, and the other guard is Ari Phillips. Ari, a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 7 points and 4 rebounds, leads the team with 3.5 assists per game. She'll wear number 14. And the third guard is Jalea Knitz, a 5'6 junior, averaging 7.5 points. Knitz will wear number 23. At one forward, Kelly Kolb, a 5'10 freshman, averaging 8 points, and she'll wear number 22. And at center for the Dragons, Amani Jenkins, a 6'1 senior, headed to Virginia Tech next year to play basketball. Amani averaging 15 points and leads the team, averaging 8.5 rebounds per contest, and she'll wear number 42. So again, it'll be Lewis, Phillips, Knitz, the three guards, along with Kolb and Jenkins in the post. Off the bench, we will see Ari Phillips' twin sister come off the bench, and she will provide some balance there, along with Kia Hood, Paige Andernacht, and she'll come in at the post player. Emma Gray and Ari's twin sister, Dea Phillips, a 5'8 sophomore, will come in. The Dragons come in averaging 64 points on offense, give up 38 points on defense, and again, a record of 14-0. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons are ranked second. They come in with a record of 13-2, averaging 61 points on offense, giving up 46 points on defense. Maroons are coached by Kristen Meyer in her 9th year, and Dowling will go with their usual starters: Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zediker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller. The 5 starters for Dowling. Off the bench, we'll see Maddie Rice, Olivia Meredith, and Macy Harnden. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with our tip-off between Dowling and Johnston here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Tom Donahue here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium alongside Tom Donahue. I'm Mark Hamadale. Tom's sitting in tonight for Mike Burker, who is down in Florida, helping to celebrate his son Danny's, being awarded or being recognized for being on the best in business, one of the top 100 lists of small businesses, and Danny got an award. And Mike and his wife flew down, and they asked you to sit in, and I said, well, the last time Tom Donahue sat in was when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and he wasn't very nice to the Roosevelt fans, including his wife, who's a Roosevelt grad. I just remember that night.
Yeah, granted, it was, it was a bad moment. I haven't heard the end of it, so.
I bet you have it. A little rough at home following that game back in October.
Yeah.
All right, we're underway. Dowling and Johnston, and Dowling wins a tip. Maroons going right to left. They're in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers and trim. Johnston are all black road uniforms with purple numbers and the white border. As Dowling going right to left is Maroons with their starting five: Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller. Now 10 on the shot clock. A backdoor cut by Ellie Olson. Layup good as she got right around the post player for Johnston there, Tom.
Yeah, obviously Johnston's up in their face a little bit, and then, there's a couple of backdoor cuts there, and it finally paid off. And it's good to see Ellie get a bucket early.
There's Ari Phillips with it for Johnston. For Dragons, it's Jenica Lewis, Ari Phillips, Kelly Kolb, along with Amani Jenkins and Jalea Knitz. And now Dowling with the steal and a shot up and no good. Zedeker gets the rebound as the shot was missed by Muller, and Zedeker shot no good. Ball slapped out of the hands of Ellie Olson, who got the rebound. And the Dragons come away with it with Kelly Kolb, the freshman wearing number 22, playing very well. Now down the lane, Ari Phillips shot no good, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. This will be our first foul of the game on Ellie Olson of the Maroons with 6:46 to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 Dowling.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this Kelly Kolb as a freshman, we read Johnston had a season, holiday season tournament, and we were watching them play, and she just was so impressive in that game, and I think she earned a starting position maybe the game before, and been in it ever since. Well deserved.
Well, Phillips misses both free throws, so the score remains 2-0 Dowling. Maroons on the offensive end. Here's Olson, top of the key between the circles, guarded by Jenica Lewis. Jenica now switches over to help with Zedeker, who's guarded by Ari Phillips. Zedeker with the basketball. I worked the two-man game. Olson with it. and she travels with the basketball.
Yeah, it's just typical Johnston pressure, forcing the shot clock down. I got to think it was down there inside of 10. And they're playing off of Ole. They're basically saying, you shoot. And it does clog up the middle.
And with Lewis guarding Ole, that gives their best athlete a chance. Now a little high-low to Amani Jenkins. Layup good. Nice little high-low. Amani Jenkins with her first basket. We're tied at 2 with 6 minutes to play first quarter. Dowling and Johnston. Johnston ranked number 1 in Class 5A girls. Dowling at number 2. Dragons with a 40-game winning streak spread out over 2 years. All right, Dowling with the ball, and now they play a little ping pong with it. And now Katie Muller tracks it down. Skip pass over in the corner to Tritton, and a whistle and a blocking foul called on Jalea Knitz there, Tom.
Yeah, that's fortunate for Dowling because of that foul, because Johnston had Dowling a little bit out of sorts there, and there's dribbling the ball up towards top of the key with that shot clock running down. So Johnston is determined to run that clock down.
Each team with a foul. Packed house here at the Dowling gym. Tritton for 3, top of the key. It's no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Johnston basketball. Again, the Dragons going with Jenica Lewis, Ari Phillips, and Jalea Knitz, the 3 guards. Kelly Kolb and Amani Jenkins in the post for the Dragons. Both teams have not went to their bench as of yet. It'll be a short bench for both teams tonight. Here's Jenica Lewis coming off a ball screen, layup in the lane, good. Little teardrop action, and she has her first basket, averaging 16.5, and Johnston takes his first lead 4-2.
Yeah, that's just good basketball there. I mean, that's just a great athlete, and Zedeker just did the same thing. I mean, great athletes get themselves inside and can finish.
Zedeker shoots and scores for Dowling. Johnston on the other end. A quick shot up and no good by Ari Phillips. Rebound Dowling. This is Katie Muller with it. Katie, a little crossover dribble. Dribbles to the left baseline. Underneath, reverse layup. Good! She beat her defender, Kelly Kolb, and Katie Muller with her first 2 points.
Yeah, that was just a lot of individual got inside there and did what we call the little Barkley thing and scooped underneath.
6-4, Dowling with the lead over Johnston. 4.5 to go first quarter. Here's Amani Jenkins. She'll launch the 3 right wing. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Tritton with the rebound. Lead pass to Olsen. Ellie dribbles in the lane, nearly tied up, and now we're going to have a tie-up. Jump ball called. It'll be Johnston basketball.
Yeah, I think she got in a little deep there. Does that on occasion rather than getting rid of the ball a little bit earlier. But I think her teammates could have given her a little better spacing there as well.
So I mentioned Johnston 14-0 on the year, ranked number 1 in 5A. They've won 10 out of the last 11 meetings with Dowling Catholic and 12 out of the last 14. The Maroons have won 8 in a row, and Dowling's last loss was to Johnston back in December. Dragons with it, top of the key. Here's Jenica Lewis with it, guarded by Zedeker. Now she swings it right side to Phillips. Ari looking for a cutter, can't find one. Now dribbles in the lane, spins against Olsen. Shot off the glass too strong. Rebound Dowling and Olsen. And Muller, rather. Ellie Muller. Here's Tritton with it in the lane. Finds Olsen. Shot up no good, and she drew the foul. And Ellie Olsen to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's one thing that Ole does very well is she makes back cuts. When people get inside there, she will make that cut from the opposite side and has a lot of opportunity like that. Now it's free throw time. And
Olsen, a 64% free throw shooter. First one up and no good. It's a nice game along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist. You know about them. Construction Professionals, Blessman International, and Ashworth Vision Clinic.
Yeah, I mean, you've been mentioning them quite a bit to Port Cataldo about I don't know what you guys are bantering about. Or
are you talking about Coach Cataldo?
Cataldo, yeah.
He's got his daughter Mia, who you coach,
right,
is getting married this summer, and he's made no reservations with Bozen or with Skeffington, so I keep reminding him.
Well, I'd call it harassment, but you can call it reminding.
Well, that might be true. It could be. Johnston with the basketball and in the lane, a shot up and no good by Jenica Lewis, and she hits the deck hard but gets right up. And she's shaking her left wrist, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling will be on Zedeker, and Ava's first foul.
Yeah, that was a real good baseline drive by Lewis. And, athletes of that caliber, they get inside there like that. That's tough. You're going to score or get fouled.
Lewis hits the first free throw. She's had over almost close to 40 Division I offers for this young lady, and she'll play somewhere at the next level. Makes both free throws. She has 4 points, does Jenica Lewis. 7-6, Dowling by 1 with 3:20 to go. But what a talent, and has one more year left.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Yeah. All right, here's Tritton with it. Now underneath Muller, layup good. They hit a back screen and got Jenkins caught up. And Ellie Muller with her first basket. So 4 of Dowling's 5 starters have scored. Tritton the only one scoreless. Long three coming by Johnston. It's no good by Knitz. Offensive rebound Dragons. And they'll get a brand new shot clock as we're under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Dowling by 3.
Yeah, it's good. There's one of those offensive rebounds you're talking about, and that's one of those possessions that if Johnston puts one in here, you begin to think about those kind of things.
And now Jenica Lewis gets loose and shoots and scores her second field goal, her 6th point of the night, as Dowling has their first substitution. Macy Herndon into the Dowling lineup, replacing Ellie Olson. Herndon with it. Macy, a 5'3" senior, headed to Loras College. Going to be a Duhawk next year. Yeah. Here's Zedeker with it. 19 on the shot clock. Back out to Herndon. Herndon in the lane, puts up a shot up, and too strong, no good. Ball slapped around, and Jenkins comes away with it. Amani the outlet pass to Lewis. Lewis guarded by Zedeker. Long step back three, no good. It's the back of the iron. Rebound Dowling and Tritton, and a backcourt foul called on Knitz of Johnston. It'll be their 3rd team foul on the Dragons, 2nd on Knitz.
That was a long 3 attempt there.
That was near that line that they use that for volleyball, Coach Donnie. That's a volleyball line.
No, we use it to work on in transition. Our kids have to run outside the volleyball line.
You don't use it as a point of reference for shooting?
Absolutely
okay,
not.
I just wanted to be clear on that. I trust your judgment, Mr. Donahue. There's Zedeker with it in the front court. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. Dowling 9 and Johnston 8. Zedeker in the lane and draws the foul. And I think they're going to get Dea Phillips, who's in there for the foul, and they will. So Dea, the twin sister of Ari, both sophomores, both 5'8". One starts, one comes off the bench, one fouled Zedeker.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, it's confusing to me.
So. Great kids. Great programs, both of them. All right, Olson back into the Dowling lineup. Sitting down will be Katie Muller. Second free throw by Zedeker, good. Ava with 4 points, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Dowling 3 of 4 at the line tonight. Johnston 2 of 4 here in this first quarter. 11-8, Dowling by 3. Minute 30 remaining. And Johnston with the ball. Jenkins dribbles in the lane, goes against Muller. Her shot up and might have been partially blocked. No good. Herndon with the rebound. The other way we go. Now Herndon's pass stolen away by Kelly Kolb. Well, the outlet pass goes underneath and a layup up and no good by Dea Phillips. Rebound Herndon and Dowling. Now Zedeker running. 3-on-2 fast break to get it in the corner. And the ball is out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Dowling had a 3-on-2 fast break. Johnston hustled back.
Yeah. I think both coaches would probably remind their kids that was a little haphazard. Everything about that was ball flying around, people flying around.
Just keep playing hard. And now a steal on the inbounds pass. Lewis with the steal. Down court to pass to Dea Phillips. And she gets it over to her teammate. A layup is up and good by Kelly Kolb. The basket will count. And a foul on Dowling. And they're going to get Herndon for the foul. And Johnson now 1 point away from tying the game with 1 minute to play in the first quarter here, Mr. Donahue.
I was so expecting her to do a Mark Amadeo behind the back pass on that 2-on-1.
That hasn't happened for over 50 years, or been attempted. Called with her first 2 points.
I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah. 5'10" freshman is called and completes the traditional. We have the traditional three-point play, and then we have the other three-point play behind that line that goes beyond the top of the key.
Yeah, there's a lot of times in of course, it's the JV. Those kids use that as a guide to dribble around. You can't get them to go inside that three-point line.
All right, here's Zedeker guarded by Dea Lewis, who gets in the lane, draws a foul. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Johnston, and Dea Phillips with her second foul.
That is something that Ava has been doing more recently, is getting in there and really crab dribbling and really forcing the issue in there, because she's a good free throw shooter. She's been getting a lot of fouls, but man, she just looks like she gets beat up in there so bad sometimes.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, and Mercy One. Zedeker makes both free throws. She's 4 for 4 at the line and has a field goal for 6 points. 13-11, Dowling by 2. Game clock at 35 seconds, shot clock at 20 seconds. Here's a whistle and a foul as Jenkins had the ball from the right wing and drew the foul. And that'll be on Ellie Muller, her first. Team foul number 4 on Dowling. 5 team fouls on Johnston, so both teams will be at the double bonus. The final 32 seconds of the first quarter. Shot clock turned off.
Oh.
Now they work it inside. Layup up and good by Ari Phillips with her first basket.
That is a well-designed inbounds play right there.
Tied at 13, 20 seconds remaining. Dowling and Johnston, number 1 and number 2 here in Class 5A in the Central Iowa Metro League. There's Muller with it. Ellie gets it out to Zedeker. Zedeker now guarded by Ari Phillips. Zedeker launches a 3. It's up. Good! Ava Zedeker from the left wing 3, and the Maroons now go into the second quarter with a 3-point lead. It's Dowling 16, Johnston 13 alongside Tom Donahue. Mark Hamadale will return with the second quarter in 1 minute from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
A great saint once observed, "I've never seen an unhappy, grateful person, and I've never seen a happy, ungrateful person." Gratitude is being truly grateful to another person or to God. The feeling of gratitude is found deep in the subconscious, realizing I am loved, I'm lovable, I'm happy, I'm valuable. And so I find a basis for happiness with myself. Gratitude usually expresses itself with a smile or a word or a gesture of thanks, perhaps a silent prayer of gratitude to God or to someone else. Just those 2 words, thank you. Yes, thank you. The most loving, honest, humble prayer we can offer several times a day is to thank God and to thank other people. The grateful person usually is the happy person. And that is today's thought of the day.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Packed house for this top 2 matchup in the state. Class 5A, number 1 Johnston, number 2 Dowling. Maroons lead it 16-13 as we start the second quarter. Tom Donahue, Dowling possession here.
Yeah, it's a big possession. You're up 3. If you can, I don't think either team's had a lead larger than this, and if they can get a basket here, that'd be big.
You're correct about that. Dowling's largest lead is right now at 3. Johnston's been 2, and now Olsen underneath, and a nice head fake and little scoop shot up and no good, but she drew the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Amani Jenkins of Johnston, her first foul, and Ellie Olsen headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, and going back to Ava's 3 at the end of that quarter, Johnston really defended that well, and she shot that over Jenkins. It wasn't over Lewis or somebody else that Jenkins was flying at her. So that's a great concentration on Ava's part.
First free throw good. Second free throw rolls in and out, no good. Olsen now 2 of 4 at the free throw line. She has 4 points tonight. 17-13, Dowling by 4. Johnston's largest lead was 2 in that first quarter. Here's a shot in the lane. It's no good. And Katie Muller comes away with the rebound for the Maroons to Zedeker. Dowling flies down court, but Johnston getting back on defense. And now a whistle and a foul on the Dragons. They're going to call Kolb, the freshman, for her second on the Dragons. And now Chad Jellick wants to take a 30-second timeout, the Johnston head coach, and we'll take it with him. 17-13, Dowling with the lead with 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And we got numbers from, who's this guy keeping numbers, Mr. Greiner?
Yeah, Logan is on the JV2 coaches, and he's a stat guy. He's a X guy. He puts all the graphics on all the stuff, and he designs crests, and God, I don't know what he does, but he's busy all the time.
Did you know, Logan, that Mr. Donahue used to edit highlight tapes with a certain Father Jim Kirby? They do highlight stuff for different sports here at Dowling, and he does know how to do that. What happened to you? All right.
Technology passed me by.
All right. Dowling was 4 of 7 from 2-point range, 1 of 2 from 3. He's 5 of 9 totally from the field. And now Zedeker gets loose, shoots and scores for Dowling on their inbounds play. So both teams getting a good production. 11 points now for Ava Zedeker. And it's 19-13, Dowling by 6, and traveling by Johnston as they come down. And it'll be Dowling basketball.
Yeah, if Dowling continues to get downhill on those in their offense, it's going to bode well. They're getting fouled. Of course, they're going to have to make their free throws.
Dowling with 4 turnovers, Johnston none. Rebounding, Dowling 8-5 over Johnston through one quarter. Maroons were 5 of 9 from the field total, and Johnston 5 of 14. And now the Maroons down the lane, and a shot up and good by Tritton. They're going to count the basket, and a whistle and a foul on Paige Andernacht, who just checked in, number 32, 5'10 freshman off the bench. And an and one here for Tritton.
Yeah, Layla has, ever since she was a freshman, it was one of those things. She has a way of going that baseline and contorting her body and making those kind of acrobatic shots. And
now we got a lane violation on Johnston, as they're going to get Ari Phillips for having a violation in the lane.
Yeah.
So the free throw was no good by Tritton, and the second free throw is no good.
It's almost identical. Rolled out identically.
Spun out. So she couldn't complete the and one. 21-13, Dowling by 8. Mark the clock here. 6:45 to go. Second quarter. Second-ranked Dowling leading number 1 Johnston here in this girls contest. Boys game to follow on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dragons with it. This is Jalea Knitz. Work it right wing to Jenkins. Now skip past to the left side to Ari Phillips. Drives against Olsen. Shot off the glass. Good. Strong move by Ari Phillips.
Very strong.
Use the glass. She has 4 points.
Yeah, and that's something she's done her.
Now Dowling underneath. Zedeker's shot no good. Bodies flying all over as the ball is loose and picked up by Kolb. And the Dragons now bring it down court. Now the ball stolen away by Muller. Ellie with the steal, down court to Zedeker, reverse layup no good, and she drew the foul. And you have Zedeker in the open court, one-on-one, and she's going to go to the line.
Yeah, you know she's not pulling it out. She's gonna go no matter what.
Fouls on Ari Phillips, her first. And a 2-shot foul now for Ava Zedeker, who has 11 points in this contest. And the first free throw in and out, no good. Nice game along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. Second free throw good. So Zedeker with 12 points.
Yeah, like I said, if they continue to get in that lane, it's going to be a tough road for Johnston, because that's just too easy.
Dowling by 7. Under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Mark Amadale, Tom Donahue tonight, sitting in for Mike Burkert in the girls' game. And ball tipped out of bounds. Nice job by Olsen. She cut off that cutter that they're trying to make the pass to. They lob it into Jenkins, and Amani will dribble it out beyond the arc. Now dribbles in the lane, goes through traffic. Her shot partially blocked, no good by Katie Muller, but the rebound by Jenkins. And the putback up and good. Amani now with 4 points. Dowling the other way. Underneath Olsen. Gets it to Ellie Muller for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Ball loose on the floor. It'll be Dowling basketball on a brand new shot clock. Maroons got a break there.
Yeah, they did. That is a good look by Ellie. I mean, she's wide open. She's going to knock those down more often than not.
22-17. Dowling by 5. The Maroons' largest lead has been 8 here in this first half. The Maroons, it's their starting 5 out there. Ellie Olson, Katie Muller, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller. He's trying to run some shot clock, or run some clock here. Down the corner's Tritton. Goes baseline, looks inside, can't find anyone. I'll skip pass over to Katie Muller for three in the corner. Good! Baseline three by Katie Muller, her 5th point of the night, and Dowling now leading by 8, matching their largest lead. Jenkins for three, it's no good. And the rebound Dowling, the ball tipped out of bounds as it went off of Jenica Lewis.
Knocked over Danner's Mountain Dew. That could be trouble.
Might be trouble in the locker room.
Yeah.
Dowling basketball. Moons inbound the ball. They go right to left. Both teams stayed man. We haven't seen any zone tonight yet. Here's Tritton with it. Now to Olson between the circles. Moons are going to run a set play here against this man. Here's Zedeker. Fakes the three. Now coming off a ball string by Olson. And at the right elbow, shot up and good. Ava Zedeker, 14 points. Starting to warm up. It's 27-17, Dowling by 10. And now back comes Johnston, a layup good by Ari Phillips.
That was kind of an acrobatic. Thought Ava was feeling it, so she launched another one.
And it's no good. Long three by Zedeker in transition. Rebound Johnston. 4:10 to go in the half. 27-19. Dowling with the lead. And now in the lane. Knitz's shot is no good. Foul on Dowling. Knitz to the free throw line as Tritton picks up her first foul.
Yeah, I think Knitz and Kolb haven't been involved too much. I think Knitz maybe a shot of three, and that might have been the only other shot she's taken. But they need to get more involved. And I noticed that both Phillips and Lewis they're bent over with their hands on their knees, so the pace of the game is wearing them a little bit.
Now both teams don't use much bench. Dowling goes 6 deep, and with Kaylee Klein not available tonight, they won't go 7 deep. So 6 deep for Dowling, maybe 7 deep for Johnston, as both free throws are good by Knitz. Now Dowling the other way, a long three, no good. Olson with the rebound, gets it to Zedeker. Her shot no good. Ball slapped out of bounds. It'll be Johnston basketball as Herndon couldn't track it down.
You just love to watch Oli play the game. Not necessarily an offensive threat and doesn't claim to be, but her aggressiveness going for rebounds, just keeping the ball alive, giving Dowling an extra possession is invaluable. Sometimes goes unnoticed.
27-21, Dowling girls by 6 over number 1 Johnston and their 40-game winning streak. Tremendous crowd here at the Dowling gym. And now a steal by Zedeker and a bad pass, and Ava goes in for the uncontested layup. Zedeker with 16 points here in the first half. And it's 29-21, Dowling's lead 8. And boy, did she anticipate that pass coming.
She did.
All right, here's Ari Phillips. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Jenkins out-hustles Muller, and Amani Jenkins offensive rebound and good.
Yeah, you won't see that often. Ellie's a tough rebounder.
Now Zedeker on the left block, guarded by Phillips. Turnaround shot, no good with the left hand. Rebound Johnston. I think Ava got the angle that she wanted. The other way we go. Jenica Lewis in the lane. Her shot up, hits the underside of the backboard. Rebound Herndon and Dowling with it. 29-23 Maroons, and now the ball tipped out of bounds by Ari Phillips. Tritton set to check back into the Dowling lineup, and she'll replace Katie Muller. Now a timeout called by the Maroons. I think this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. With 2:37 remaining in the first half of this top 2 matchup in Class 5A. Number 2 Dowling 29, number 1 Johnston 23 here at the Dowling Gym. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, and on the inbounds pass, Dowling throws the ball, it's tipped out of bounds. And it'll be Dowling basketball.
Yeah,
Johnston fans didn't like that. It might have been tipped, I think, is what Scott Cook. Our officials tonight, Joey Tonzel, Scott Cook, and Mark Vanderhaar. I think Scott thought it was tipped by Johnston, and it must have been, because they're going to go with it. Dowling with the ball, leading 29-23. Tritton, shot from the right wing, no good, and a loose ball foul called on Dowling's Ava Zediker. That'll be her second foul. First person with 2 fouls for Dowling is Zediker. Knitz and Kolb have 2 fouls each for Johnston, and that'll be the second team foul on Dowling here in the second quarter. Johnston with 4, Tom.
Yeah, you like to, even though the foul was committed, you sure like to see the aggressiveness in rebounding. It's one of the keys to the game we were talking about. Dowling definitely is working at that.
All right, Johnston with the ball. They get underneath to Jenkins. Her shot is no good. Rebound Dowling, and a loose ball foul called on Jenica Lewis. That'll be her first, as she knocked it out of the hands of Olsen. And that'll be the 15th foul on Johnston. So Dowling in the bonus with 2 minutes to play here in the half.
Yeah, and those could be important. Down the stretch, just these, free throws are why you practice them so much, is just moments like this. You can extend the lead. And, always got to work at it.
I have a reliable source says that Iowa and Iowa State coaches are in the house tonight. And I think they want to talk to you about maybe helping with scouting or maybe being on their staff. Is that true? I just know they're in the house.
Yeah. It's as close as I'm going to get to them is right here.
They may be sitting behind us is what I've been told. So,
well, I was going to mention earlier, when the teams were going up in that first quarter, if you just look out onto the court, there is a lot of talent out there. I mean, they all are very athletic, very sure of themselves, and it's fun to see. They make this court look small.
Yeah, well, it is small. It's a high school court.
Yeah, I know. But
everybody else's court is a college-sized court, another 9 feet. Yeah. You know that, Tom. Second free throw good by Olsen. She is 3 out of 6 at the line tonight. She has 5 points, 30-23 Dowling. Jenkins inside. Her shot up and no good, drew the foul. And I think Muller's going to pick up the foul. Ellie with her second. So that'll be another thing we watch tonight is foul situation. And Muller picks up her second to go with Zediker's 2 fouls with 1:42 to go in the half here, Coach Donahue.
Yeah, again, that extra, got an offensive rebound and got another opportunity, and then you get fouled, and here you are shooting free throws, keeping you in the game.
And Jenkins hits the first free throws. Amani with 7 points tonight. Zediker back in the Dowling lineup, and Ellie Muller sits down. So the Maroon lineup got a little smaller.
Yes.
But one thing Dowling has, and so does Johnston, length in their guards. 5'11", 6 feet. Now second free throw no good. Katie Muller, who might be the tallest player out there right now for the Maroons, gets a rebound. 30-24, Dowling by 6. Minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Here's Zediker, dribbles left block, now in the lane. Put up jumper is no good. Fight for the rebound. And bodies hit the floor. And they're going to give the ball to Dowling, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yes, they are. They are getting after it. It's almost like football without the pads.
Yeah.
Both teams getting aggressive. Maroons have a brand new shot clock with 1:20 to go in the half. Here's Zediker coming off a ball screen by Olsen. Dribbles the left side, now double team in the block. Dribbles out of it, now double team and a timeout and a foul. Zediker wanted the timeout. Foul on Johnston, and they're going to get it to Amani Jenkins, her second.
I mean, Ava just dribbled over to the Johnston bench like she wanted a seat.
She had the presence of mind to call timeout, but Scott Cook whistled Jenkins for the foul as they were on her.
Yes.
Double teaming. And now Zedeker to the free throw line. Ava, who has 16 points tonight. First free throw good. 17 points for Zedeker. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Mercy One. Second free throw good by Ava. She has 18 points here in the first half. 32-24, Dowling by 8. And a minute to play, and Johnston with the basketball. Here's Knitz, top of the key for 3, up, good. Jalea Knitz with her 6th made 3, and that's her first 3 points of the night.
I do think when we played down over there in Johnston, I think I don't know how many she shot, but they did not look good then. But
that's her 6th made 3 of the year, and that's her 5th point tonight to go along with 2 free throws. There's Olsen with it. Underneath, little scoop shot up and partially blocked, no good. Fight for the rebound. And Andernacht hit it last, who's back in. Paige Andernacht, a 5'10 freshman. Dragons come in with a freshman forward and a freshman post player off the bench.
Yeah, this is a big possession here. Imagine I think they might play for one, but
shot clock turned off. 23 seconds remaining. Zedeker coming off a ball screen, dribbles baseline, gets it out to Harnden, over to Katie Moeller. Katie down the lane, puts up a shot, it is partially blocked, and a foul called on Dea Phillips. And on Dea, or check that, it's on Andernacht, her second, and free throws coming for Katie Moeller.
Yeah, that's a big foul. I mean, put Dowling on the line there with 13 seconds from there.
And Moeller misses the free throw. Substitution now for Dowling for the first time tonight. Olivia Meredith, 5'8 junior, checking in. And get Zedeker out. So Zedeker and Ellie Moeller sitting down with 2 fouls each. Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, they got the ball.
Moeller. And offensive rebound, Dowling. Big break there. 8 seconds to play. Here's Tritton. Guarded by Lewis. Gets it out to Katie Moeller. She'll launch the 3, and it's no good. And we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic leading. Number 1 Johnston, 32-27. And what a game we saw here in this first half here, Tom Donahue.
Yeah, some very good offensive movement by both teams. And I think the second half's going to be interesting.
Certainly will. We're going to catch up at halftime with the Dowling boys coach, Justin Einerson. But Coach Donahue, nice job. Go ahead and take a break. You're going to Cooney's? Oh, not now. That's afterwards, Tom. That's afterwards. Our halftime score, Dowling 32 and Johnston 27 here at the half. Alongside Tom Donahue, Mark Hamadale will return with our halftime guest, Justin Einerson, the Dowling boys coach, after this 1-minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
On this Faith Check, let's talk a little about the history of the Bible. The early Christians relied on the Greek translation of the Old Testament called the Septuagint. This is the version most often quoted in the New Testament and what Jesus probably heard growing up. It also includes the books that the Protestants call the Apocrypha and typically don't include in their Bibles. It took a while for the Catholic Church to compile the New Testament. Some books, such as the 4 Gospels, were accepted by all. Others, such as those spurious Gospels you hear about from the Da Vinci Code, were rejected by all believers. However, there were other books that were completely orthodox but disputed. Some of these were not ultimately included in our canon, such as the Didache, and others were, like Hebrews and Revelation. The canon is the list of books that belong in the Bible. It was determined primarily to say which books could and could not be read at the liturgy, and was largely settled by a series of church councils approved by the Pope and bishops in the late 300s. Hence, when you trust in the inspiration of the Bible, you are trusting a spirit-led decision of the Roman Catholic Church. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym. Packed house tonight as Dowling leading Johnston at halftime in the girls contest, 32-27, alongside Tom Donahue sitting in for Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Hamadale, joined now by Justin Einerson, Dowling boys basketball coach, as Maroons take on Johnston for the second time. And when I see Johnston, I see you and Courtney Henderson, the boys coach over at Johnston. It's like, oh, rematch the CIML Metro Conference. It's Hoover and Lincoln tonight, but no, you both are at different schools, Johnston, Dowling, and the second time you play the Dragons. Welcome, Coach Einertson.
Well, the biggest advantage I have over him is that I never had to change my wardrobe. I went from maroon to maroon. He had to change to purple, so.
You just had to ditch the gold.
Hey, being at Dowling is a big perk, too, so that's not the only advantage. But
that is true. Well, thanks for joining us, Coach. I know you're coming off a game on Tuesday night over at Waukee, so now the road trip's over with. But you had practice Wednesday, Thursday. I know you're hit a little bit by the bug that's going around. You're going to be down a starter tonight, but that means somebody else can step up, and you're going to give that opportunity to a young man tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the timing's unfortunate, obviously, with the week that we have. And Lucas was pretty sick on Tuesday, even when he was playing, and you can tell that. But, you know, we do have some depth. We have some guys that probably deserve more minutes than they're getting and would be getting them in other places. So now's a great time for them to showcase that. So it's, you know, it's the time of year where we're pretty sharp on what we're doing, but we made a couple of tweaks just because of what Johnston will offer us. And we're excited to get out here in front of this big crowd and see what we can do.
You know, Johnston coming in with a record of 8-6, had a great start, was ranked at one time, but then talking to some of their folks that follow them, it says, you know, we haven't been able to shoot the ball. But talking about Johnston boys, they haven't been able to shoot the ball. And losing to Urbandale the other night, it's like, that got my attention. It's like maybe they are struggling or they have injury or illness going around. I'm not sure.
I think it's more, I honestly think part of it's their schedule. They run into Ankeny that's getting hot. Urbandale's playing really well. We saw that when they were here. Right. They were starting to hit a stride. So,
and they haven't played Valley yet until next Friday night.
Yeah,
that's
hard to imagine. I mean, the schedule's so weird. We haven't played Ankeny.
You haven't played Ankeny. Everybody has that.
Yep. But, I mean, this is a tough team over here. I would say the top six in our conference are extremely good. And, you know, I don't know where they're going to end up or where we're going to end up. But every night's a battle, and it's always a battle against Courtney.
What are you looking for out of your team tonight? You know, something to build on from Tuesday night. Did some positive things. You know, that was a game, a 32-minute high school game, and for about 31 minutes played very well. But the last few possessions were the eyeballs, a turnover, missed shot, whatever. And those possessions are very key. The end of game situations.
Yeah, I mean, we're all, you know, kicking ourselves all day Wednesday with things we might have done a little bit differently down the stretch. We took a 6-point lead with 4 minutes left and never scored again. So I think it was 11-0 run to end it. And, you know, the last two were basically just us fouling, trying to get the ball back. So really a 9-0 run. And, you know, turnovers. We had two really weird whistles. One of them was okay. I thought at the time it was wrong, but two weird ones, and we just never overcame it. So, yeah, it's two heartbreakers against Waukee. And, you know, we're hoping to get back on the right track and getting us in a good position where if we see them again, it's going to be in a very big game in the postseason.
Yeah, that is true. We visit with head coach Justin Anderson, the Dowling boys basketball coach. Halftime of the girls game, packed house here at Dowling, and Dowling girls leading 32-27. And, you know, getting off to a good start, obviously, anything. But what's something you're looking for in the second half, you know, setting the tone compared to your first matchup? Because Johnston kind of reminds me of, or Courtney's teams remind me of, like Drake. They like to hold the ball, and they're going to get a shot with 10 seconds in the shot clock. That'll be their average. They'll let the shot clock go down and get a shot, but they will get a shot.
Just trying to break the rhythm a little bit. You know, I don't think they were ever uncomfortable in our first game. I mean, it was 40-36, I believe, and yeah, we were really poor offensively. We missed a ton of shots that night. I remember 3 really big layups we missed in the fourth quarter. Key turnover up one, stuff like that. But I felt like their offense was always comfortable, and I think that might be the one thing that's really different this time around defensively is we're going to try to break the rhythm a little bit. That's something Urbandale actually does really well. So that's one thing. And on the offensive end, you know, we did make some pretty major tweaks just because we're going to see different lineups tonight. And I'm hoping for some composure and control offensively. We had a lot of turnovers against Waukee. We had a lot of turnovers against Valley the week before. We're really good when we don't turn it over, so we added a little bit of structure to our dribble drive, and hopefully we can turn that into a lot of assists and not a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, you mentioned turnovers. Johnston averaging just 9 turnovers a game, so
they average about 10 possessions to keep it. I mean, they play very slow. So, but yeah, low turnovers is a big strength of theirs. What's crazy is you think about how many hands touch the ball in a possession for them and only 9 turnovers. Like, you know, their style of play is literally the slowest it could be. It could not be slower, but they run 3 different set plays every possession, and everyone touches it multiple times. So it's pretty incredible. They do a great job with ball control, and this is the best defensive coach I have ever seen at any level. So, you know, it's a challenge every night, and you got to be real sharp on both ends.
Hey, Coach, I look at your schedule. This is it. You have a week off. There's no games. What do you got lined up for the next week?
Well, we'd like to win, so we feel good this weekend. You know, last time we lost 2 going into a break, and that's just such a hard thing. We had 2 weeks off for Christmas that time.
That's right.
So, you know, a week off here is a long time coming off of a loss. So you win and you feel a little bit better, and you start building towards next week. But really, you know, there's a lot of tweaks that we need to make just to make sure we're getting shots off, you know, trying to get the free throw line a little bit more, trying to get our bigs some more touches that are scoring touches and not just, you know, sporadic touches. So a lot of things that we can tweak and work on, and we're always improving. And, you know, but we will take the weekend off, which is very rare. So that'll be nice for everyone.
It seemed like a mini vacation, almost like we had before with a week off. That's how the schedule works out.
Yeah.
Then you play Ankeny for the first time, and you'll play them again in 10 days after that.
Yeah, why not? Just keep it coming. Yeah, they're a lot like Johnston, to be honest. So at least this year they are. So this will be a nice test for us, and you know, this is an important game when it comes to seeding, but we're just trying to let her rip, see what we got.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us here at halftime. Best of luck. We'll talk to you after the game on this beautiful Friday night with a packed house.
It is
Kids got to love this.
It's balmy out there.
Yeah.
Didn't even hurt my nose today.
Love it. All right, Justin, thank you. Head coach Justin Einertson joining me at halftime, and we'll take a break. 1-minute break. Come back. The start of the second half. Mark Amadale alongside Tom Donahue. Our halftime score of the girls contest, Dowling 32, Johnston 27. Back in the second half in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
KWKY Des Moines, KIHS Adel, KCSL Spencer.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Friday night, high school girls and boys basketball. And a top 2 matchup in 5A. The second half just about to start. Number 1 Johnston, number 2 Dowling Catholic. Johnston will have the ball first. And Dowling leading 32-27. Mark Amadale and Tom Donahue tonight sitting in for Mike Burkert. And Coach, we're ready for this second half. This is going to be a dandy, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. And I really think it's a good steal by Muller.
Johnston starts with the basketball and a steal by the Maroons. Dowling going with their original starters with Zediker, Katie Muller, Layla Tritton, the 3 guards, Ellie Olson, and Ellie Muller. And now underneath, a shot up and no good by Olson, and rebounded by Amani Jenkins. And Ellie looked to score. You got to do that. And now Johnson the other way, a long 3, no good by Jenica Lewis. Long rebound out to the Dragons, and Kolb with it. Now another long 3 by the Dragons, no good. Offensive rebound, Lewis. Dragons with 2 offensive possessions here in this first set.
Yeah, this is what they do. They're very strong at it. And that looks like
whistle and a foul on Zediker. Nope, they're going to get it on Ole. Olson picks up her second foul. Free throws coming for the Dragons. That'd be an Ari Phillips, who had 6 points at halftime. And she'll get 2 free throws here. Johnston was 6 of 9 at the line in the first half. First free throw, no good. Leading scorer for the Dragons, Amani Jenkins with 7 points at halftime. She was followed by Jenica Lewis and Ari Phillips with 6 points each. Second free throw by Ari Phillips, good. So she has 7 points. 5 points for Jalea Knitz for the Dragons, and 3 points for Kelly Kolb. Again, the Dragons went 6 of 9 at the free throw line. Dowling was led by Ava Zedeker's 18 points, and she was followed by Ellie Olson and Katie Muller with 5 points each. 2 points each for Layla Tritton and Ellie Muller. Macy Harnden and Olivia Meredith got in but did not score. Maroons went 10 of 17 at the free throw line. And now underneath, and Zedeker stepped on the baseline as she tried to make the pass to Ellie Muller, and it'll be a turnover against the Maroons.
Yeah, I think Dowling really has to weather. You know that Johnston is, probably Johnston hasn't been behind at half all year, I can't imagine. But I think you know they're going to make a run. I think the team that keeps their composure throughout this second half is going to win this game.
Well, the Dragons get loose underneath, and a shot off the glass good by Amani Jenkins. Jenkins with 9 points, and it's a 2-point Dowling lead, 32-30. Maroons in the offensive end. They go left to right towards the north basket here at the Dowling gym. Wearing their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and trim. Johnston in their black road uniforms with purple numbers and white border. Now underneath Olsen on the pass from Zedeker. Ole with the shot, fadeaway is up and rolls around and off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, Johnston has it. Jenkins with it.
I mean, Lewis is just basically standing in the middle of the lane, just challenged. That's why Ole's getting all these opportunities, and she's just got to finish. She's been close. That ball's been halfway in several times.
Jenkins in the lane, a shot up and good. She spun around and scored, and she is asserting her will, and she now has 11 points to lead the Dragons.
See, she'll sit right in this middle here and help on Ava every time she comes in.
32 all, Dowling and Johnston. Now underneath, Zedeker with the shot off the glass, good. Ava Zedeker with 20 points to lead Dowling. Now the other way we go. Dragons underneath. A shot blocked by Katie Muller. And that was Ari Phillips who had her shot blocked. Rebound Dowling, and now Ellie Muller for 3 in transition. It's no good. Fight for the rebound and traveling on Johnston as Kolb came down with it, but traveled as she was tied up with Katie Muller.
Yeah, that's a strong kid there, because you pulling the ball away from that. That was a 50-50 ball, and she came up with it, just fell and got called for the travel. All
right, our halftime numbers. Dowling out rebounding Johnston 16-13 at halftime. Maroons with 5 turnovers, Johnston with 3. Dowling shot 42%, and now a steal by Kolb all the way down. Layup good on Dowling's inbounds pass. Kelly Kolb with the steal and basket. She has 5 points, and we're tied at 34.
Yeah, she was a non-factor in that first half, and if that kid gets going, it's going to be trouble.
Right, Dowling with the ball. There's Muller. Ellie in the left block, guarded by Jenkins. Now get it out to Zedeker, left wing. Both teams stay man-to-man. Zedeker down the lane, a little scoop shot, left it short. And the rebound, Dea Phillips. Dragons in transition. Lewis for 3, it's no good. Ball slapped around, offensive rebound Johnston. Here's Lewis with it. Gets to Jenkins. Guarded by Tritton. Underneath she goes, layup with the left hand, good. Amani Jenkins with 13 points. She's got 6 points here in the third quarter. And Dragons lead by 2, 36-34 over Dowling.
Yeah, this first 4 minutes of this quarter, the pace has been to Johnston's liking, that's for sure.
Here's Tritton, backs in against Knitz. Now picks up her dribble, leaves it for Zedeker. Zedeker guarded by Dea Phillips. Backs in, spins on the left block, layup good. Ava Zedeker with her 22nd point and a timeout Dowling, and a well-needed timeout just for a break. This will be a 1-minute break. We'll take it with them. 3:34 left to play here in the third quarter. It's Johnston 36, Dowling 36 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say that they could never be Catholic because the church is so narrow, so restricted and confining? G.K. Chesterton says, the Catholic Church is larger on the inside than it is on the outside. What does that mean? It means that becoming Catholic does not mean becoming something less, but becoming something more. It means that the prison is on the outside of the church, and the freedom is inside. It also means that the Catholic Church is larger than everything else. Even the whole creation, the drama of eternity is played out at every Mass. We are partaking in a banquet across time and space. The events, the concerns, the ideas that occur outside the church are always smaller than what happens inside the church. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. 36-all, Dowling and Johnston. Number 1 versus number 2 in girls Class 5A basketball. Still on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale and Coach Tom Donahue sitting in tonight for Mike Burkert. Now out of the timeout, Johnston with the basketball. Jenkins in the lane, her shot no good. Offensive rebound, Johnston. And now Lewis for 3, good. That's her 9th point and her first 3 of the night. And it's 39-36. Johnston has its largest lead of the night right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. It's just that kind of stuff just makes coaches just have gray hair.
You have a few strands of hair that are gray, Coach Donahue, just so you know.
You can tell that mine are gray.
Jenkins picks up her 3rd foul as Katie Muller was her defender went for a steal and into the bench, and Katie was going to shoot the 3, but Jenkins committed a pushing foul underneath, and Dowling will have the ball on a brand new shot clock, trailing by 3. Underneath Muller, puts up the shot, no good, and Jenkins has picked up her 4th foul. So Johnston takes their largest lead of 3, and then Jenkins is going to go to the bench with 4 fouls as Amani fouled Ellie Muller, and she'll go to the line. Ellie held to 2 points tonight, thanks to this lady with 4 fouls, Jenkins. First free throw, no good.
I think Coach Gillick would have preferred to give up the 2 points there and not get the 4th foul on your.
You think?
And here she couldn't get her out fast enough. Had Kolb down at the scorer's table, but committed the foul before she had the chance.
One of 2 went Muller at the free throw line. She has 3 points tonight, does Ellie. It's 39-37. Dowling by 2. A long 3 up and no good. Fight for the rebound. Zediker has it. She's on the floor. Now gets it out to Ellie Muller. Down court to Tritton. Her shot up. Good! And we're tied at 39 with 2.5 to play. Tritton with her 4th point. What a scrum down there. And Zediker came out on the top end of that. Got it to Ellie Muller, and she found Tritton. Here's Lewis with it. Jenica guarded by Zediker. Dribble handoff goes to Knitz. Right wing. Prodding, wants to shoot, can't. Good job by Tritton to close out. Now to Kolb, the freshman with it.
Yeah, I think Dowling would be wise to make somebody other than Lewis.
And here's a shot that's blocked, and we're going to have a shot clock violation. No, they get it off. Yeah, the officials are going to let that go. What a move by the Dragons to finally get the shot off.
It's just an extra possession.
Certainly is. Minute 43 to go. 41-39 Johnston, and now a pull-up jumper good by Katie Muller. That's her 7th point of the night, her first in the second half.
This game's turned out to be everything you expected. I mean, it's up and down. It can be physical. I think the referees are letting them play it to a lot of extent, but everything down there's so many downhill drives that you're going to give up layups or commit fouls.
Harnden commits the foul for Dowling, who's in the lineup. And the first free throw no good by Ari Phillips. Dowling was 10 of 17 at the first half at the free throw line. Johnston 6 of 9. And Tom, you got to look at some of the numbers from shooting in the first half.
Well, the thing that really stuck out to me was that Johnston was 1 for 7 from 3, and Dowling was 2 for 6, and Johnston 14%. This is 2 3-point shooting teams. I mean, particularly Dowling.
42-41, Johnston by 1. Dowling with the basketball as Phillips goes 1 for 2 at the line. That's Ari Phillips, and she has 10 points for the Dragons. Here's Zediker with it, 10 on the shot clock. A minute to play in the third quarter. They lob it into Muller, and Elliott has the ball poked away. They get it out to Call. 2-on-1 fast break. Underneath is Knitz. Layup good. Jalea Knitz with her 7th point. And it's 44-41. Johnston by 3 with 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Sometimes these possessions become so important in turnovers.
Now a steal by Johnson. Phillips with the steal. Down court, layup good. They got it to Lewis, and Jenica shoots and scores. That is her 11th point.
You know, this can't be a bigger possession for Dowling. They really need a bucket here to go into the fourth quarter.
They trail by 5. Johnson with their largest lead of 5. 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Here's Herndon with it. They run their dribble weave. Looking for a back cut. Now we'll launch it to Zediker for 3. It's no good. And we've come to the end of the third quarter here at the Dowling Gym with the score. Johnston 46, Dowling 41. Alongside Tom Donahue, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return with the fourth quarter in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
2025 means big changes at Divine Treasures, and you're invited. After more than 3 decades, new ownership will continue the ministry as your Catholic book and gift source in the Des Moines area. Join them on Saturday, January 25th from noon to 4 p.m. for an open house to celebrate your loyalty to the store over the years, to give Lois, Sue, and Cindy a heartfelt send-off, and welcome the new owners and management team for our sponsor, Divine Treasures, 5701 Hickman Road, Des Moines, 515-255-5230.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Building a relationship with a primary care doctor is one of the easiest ways to stay healthy. Schedule your annual checkup with a Mercy One doctor so you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Friday night high school girls and boys basketball. And in this girls contest, number 1 ranked Johnston leading second ranked Dowling 46-41 as we move to the fourth quarter, as the Dragons outscored Dowling 19-9 in that third quarter, as the Maroons had a 5-point lead at halftime. That has all went away. And now Olsen's pass inside to Tritton, and Tritton steps on the baseline out of bounds. The Maroons now turnovers are starting to add up there, Tom Donahue.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things in the third quarter is that Johnston had 9 rebounds to Dowling's 2, and I don't know how many of those were offensive rebounds, which ultimately led to points for Johnston to give them this 5-point lead.
Johnston on the offensive end, and they draw a foul. And that'll be on Tritton, and Layla with her second foul.
Now Dowling had 4 turnovers in that third quarter as well, and then just started the fourth quarter with a turnover.
And not shooting as well from the field either, I believe.
Right, they were 4 for 7, 4 for 9 from the field. Well, Johnston had 16 opportunities and put in 8.
Now a shot in the lane, no good by Ari Phillips. Ball partially blocked by Ellie Muller. Rebound Dowling. Here's Zediker in the front court. Maroons trail by 5. As we approach the 7-minute mark, and a pull-up jumper, good by Zediker right over Jenica Lewis.
That's a big-time shot right there, any way you look at it.
24 points for Zediker in the contest. And it's 46-43, and now Johnston comes back, a long 3, up and good by Jalea Knitz.
That's her second 3 of the night, and
yep, and she has 10 points.
8th for the year.
Second of the night, 7th for the year. Yeah, 49-43. Here's Olsen underneath. Little up and under, shot up, left it short, and the rebound cleared out of there by Jenica Lewis. Johnston by 6 with 6.5 to go, and Coach Jellick said, hey, we're going to use a lot of the shot clock here. He's wanting his team to slow down, but they've got this lead back by being aggressive in that token.
Yeah, and they've done this with Jenkins on the bench.
Oh, shot off the glass, good by Ari Phillips. And boy, she does a great job going left.
Yeah, she does.
Against the grain. So Phillips with the basket. She has 12. And now long three up and good by Katie Muller.
Zedeker.
Oh, check that. Zedeker.
Long three.
And that is her 27th point with that long three. Cuts the Johnston lead to 5, and now whistling a foul on Dowling. That'll be on Tritton. So Layla with her third foul. And Olsen will come out. Checking in for the Maroons will be Olivia Meredith for the second time tonight. Both teams with a short bench.
Yeah. Liv's just got to give them a little bit of energy for a...
And Muller now with the block, but they say she fouled Ari Phillips, and Phillips to the free throw line, who has 12 points. And on Ellie Muller, her third foul. So she and Tritton both with 3 fouls each.
Yeah, with 3 team fouls here with 5:40 to left. I don't know that you want to put Johnston on that free throw line.
First free throw good by Phillips. Ari now with 13 points.
Bringing in Jenkins with 4 fouls.
And the second free throw good. She has 14 points, does Ari Phillips. And you're right, Amani Jenkins with 4 fouls checks in with 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 53-46, Johnston by 7. Dowling with the ball. Now whistling a foul on Kolb. That'll be her third foul. Team foul number 1 or 2 on Johnston. Yep, first foul on the fourth quarter on the Dragons. Dowling with 3 team fouls. Maroons will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. They go left to right in front of us as we sit behind the scorer's table and a Dowling bench. Zedeker with the inbounds pass coming off a ball screen by Muller. Ava in the lane and left her open. Her shot up and good. Ava Zedeker having a night, 29 points.
Yeah, you just don't know if Dowling can rely on Ava to finish out this game is the only issue.
53-48 Johnston. Jenkins with the basketball. Now on a ball screen, handoff to Lewis. Jenica for 3, it's no good. And Zedeker with the rebound. And there's a chance to cut it to 3 or 2. Underneath the Muller, her shot up, left it short. And ball slapped around. Ellie gets her own rebound, scoop shot up, good! A lot of heart there.
That was an acrobatic shot there.
5 points for Ellie Muller. Came in averaging 17.5. Leading scorer for the Maroons held to 5. But Dowling has cut the lead to 3 here, Tom, with 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they've done such a good job on Ellie Muller. And to have her have a Caitlin-esque type shot to get her 5th point is something.
Now down the lane, a shot no good by Ari Phillips, but drawing the foul is Phillips. And that'll be on Tritton, her 4th. So Layla has picked up 3 fouls here in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter rather.
This is going to come down to free throws, there's just no doubt about it.
Johnston was 8 of 13 at the line going into the fourth quarter. Dowling was 11 of 19 going into the fourth quarter. First free throw coming for Phillips. And it's no good. Second free throw coming for Ari Phillips. And it's no good. Rebound Muller. 3-point lead for Johnston. 4:15 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling with the ball. Packed house here at the Dowling Gym. Johnston fans, Dowling fans. Dragons stay man-to-man. Zedeker, Ellie Muller, Katie Muller, Olivia Meredith, and now Katie Muller for 3. Good! And we're tied! Wow!
And that was a long 3.
Katie with 10 points. Tied at 53, 3:50 to go in the lane. Phillips, her shot up and good. The basket will count. And a foul on Dowling. Ari Phillips with her 16th point. And that foul will be on Olivia Meredith, her first.
You know, the identification that coaches or players have that, Phillips knows she can take Olivia Meredith to the basket, and they don't hesitate. I mean, at one point you're thinking, well, they'd be maybe trying to get it to Jenkins or Lewis, but she just took it directly. 3-point play.
Phillips with 17 points as she makes the free throw. Herndon and Olivia Meredith off the bench for Dowling, along with Zediker, Katie Muller, and Ellie Muller. And now Zediker, pull-up jumper, good. She loves that spot, and it's a 2-point basket, says Joey Townsell. 31 points for Zediker, and a timeout called by the Dragons. So 3:20 to go, fourth quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back. Our score: Johnston 56, Dowling 55. Back in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. If someone's really suffering, why can't we just put them out of their misery?
Because every life is sacred. When did we get the idea that we have a right to die? Not from our nature for self-preservation, not from our Constitution's right to life, not from God who has come that we might have life. So why would anyone choose death? We know that God has made us for fullness of life, and when we suffer, it feels like that gets in the way. So it makes sense that we'd want to get rid of our suffering to return to that fullness of life. What euthanasia does instead is get rid of life to end suffering. But the whole point of ending suffering was so that we could have life. Still, knowing this doesn't necessarily make our suffering easier, but God lets us offer it for the good of others, just as Christ did. As you offer your suffering back to Christ, He hears your deep prayer of resignation to His will. And there is huge miracle potential in that, whether for you or somebody else. So as hard as it may be in practice, your grandmother was right. Offer it up. For more Young Catholic Minutes, youngcatholicminute.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, packed house. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Johnston 56, Dowling 55. The Dragons 11 of 20 at the free throw line. Dowling 11 of 19.
Yeah.
So that's pretty close. Not the best shooting percentages. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling.
And Phillips is going back to the line, just drove right down the middle. And, you know, Dowling's got two starters out right now. And
Katie Muller picks up the foul, and free throw no good by Ari Phillips. And Ari has struggled. She's missed 5 free throws here. She is 3 out of 9. Second free throw good here in the fourth quarter. 57-55, Dowling trailing by 2 and with the basketball. Here's Zediker with it. It's Zediker, Herndon, Olivia Meredith, and the Muller sisters for the Maroons on the floor. Zediker swings it over to Herndon. Pull-up jumper up. Good! Big basket for Macy Herndon here in the fourth quarter. Ties the game at 57.
Huge.
2:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
One of the things to note is there's only one team foul for Johnston. They can be very aggressive.
And they are being aggressive on the offensive end. Shot off the glass good by Knitz. And she has 7 of her 12 points here in the second half. Now Muller in the lane. That's Katie with the basket. She has 12 points.
Kids are stepping up.
59 all.
Both teams.
2:15 remaining. Crowd is getting into it. We got the band here tonight. Johnston fans into it. They've got a 40-game winning streak. And now Knitz underneath gets it back to Amani Jenkins, and she misses the layup. It's no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller. Dowling with the ball. Maroons have Tritton and Olsen on the bench. Here's Katie Muller. Stops, pull-up jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Olivia Meredith with an offensive rebound. And a brand new shot clock. How about that, gal?
That's a huge rebound.
That's one of your gals there, Mr. Donahue. And now, how about this? Down the lane, left-handed layup, good by Zediker, and she is fouled. The basket will count, and the foul will be on Johnston.
I'll tell you, the offensive rebounds, and so it's Olivia Meredith gets offensive rebound, and Olivia has a tendency to just get rid of it like it's a hot potato, nearly threw it onto the bench, and Ava gets it. Driving layup and a potential for a three-point play. Just a great effort. I mean, you've got two starters that are not on the floor, and you got two kids coming in, and Macy and Olivia that have done very well.
And Zediker hits the free throw. She has 34 points tonight. And she's only missed one free throw as she is 8 out of 9. Johnston the other way, and a layup good by Amani Jenkins. She gets loose under the left block. She has 15 points.
Yeah, she went through traffic there, and that was
Dowling,
impressive.
Dowling by 1, 62-61, minute 20 to play, fourth quarter. Zediker now being double teamed and guarded by Jenica Lewis. Maroons have brought back some of their firepower. Here's a shot in the lane. It's no good. Rebound, Johnston. Maroons had a good look. Now Knitz with it. Stops at the right elbow. And she'll kick it out. A minute to play, and Dowling by 1. Johnston with the ball. Ari Phillips in the lane. Her shot no good, and drew the foul.
Yeah, that's tough on Meredith. She's undersized a little bit, and they just know they're going at her. It's almost it's a tough spot to be in.
That's the fourth foul on Ellie Muller. So we'll see this. I don't think it's so much offense, defense that Dowling's going to play with substitution. It's a matter of trying to survive fouling out. Right. It's nothing to do with that. Free throw, no good. Ari Phillips having a tough time at the line tonight.
Yeah, might be a good strategy. Let her go, foul her, and get the ball back.
She's 4 of 10 in the fourth quarter at the free throw line. Second free throw coming. Good. Make that 19 points now for Ari Phillips. Tied at 62, 45 seconds remaining. Shot clock down to 25. Dowling with possession.
Again, Johnston can be very aggressive because they only have 2 team fouls.
All right, here's Tritton back in the lineup. Tritton, Ellie Muller, Katie Muller, Ava Zediker, and Macy Harnden. Here's a shot by Ellie Muller, no good, left it short. Rebound Johnston. And dribbling in the front court is Ari Phillips. Timeout Dragons. We'll keep it here. 22 seconds remaining. We're tied at 62, and Johnston can hold for the last shot. Mark Amadale joined by Tom Donahue tonight. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for game 2. And Logan Greiner keeping the numbers back behind us. Does he keep your stats for your JV girls?
No. No, he has much more important things to do than keep stats for our game.
Oh, like keep stats for us.
Yeah. And I know he's told me how much he's enjoying this.
Oh, I think he's sweating. When he's not teaching, he's sweating. All right, tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio. We appreciate our supporters. And you might know a few of these people and these businesses. Tom Donahue, ever heard of Bows and the Florist?
Heard of them.
Ever heard of Skevington's Formal Wear?
I wore their stuff once.
Once. Mercy One, Fast Signs and Clive, and the Catholic Tuition Organization, just to name a few, support our broadcast here.
Yeah, well, Mercy One and me I see them often.
I'll bet you do. Tom, congratulations, your Dowling JV girls team. You're JV 1, right? You're 1. Yeah. He's 2 behind me. 1, 2. Okay, I got that. With a win tonight, 50-48 over a Johnston team that took it to you a month ago. Congratulations. And you were down a couple players tonight.
Yeah. Well, I think what you were saying with Olivia in the game there, thinking overtime a little bit.
All right, Johnston with the ball. 18 seconds on the clock. Here's Ari Phillips, guarded by Harnden. Phillips just dribbling between the circles. 10 seconds remaining. Ari with it, spins in the lane. Her shot goes up. It's no good. Drew the foul with 5 seconds to play, and free throws coming for the Dragons. That foul is on Ellie Muller, and she has just fouled out with 5 points.
That's a tough call.
So Ellie Muller will foul out, and Dowling has some time to figure out who they're going to put in. The Maroons are down the player tonight. Kaylee Klein not with the team this weekend. And Sophia Anthony Bodie out sick, didn't play for you in the JV game.
Right.
Now Olsen's going to check in for Muller as Ellie is fouled out.
She doesn't think she has 5. Or she didn't think she committed that foul.
She said she has 3. Well, I got her for 5, and supposed to just lost track of time. That does happen.
Yes.
All right, Ari Phillips. First free throw up. Good. Like she hasn't missed tonight.
Yeah.
Ari is a 5'8 sophomore. Her twin sister Dea comes off the bench and a 47% free throw shooter on the year. Second one up, good.
Oh my God.
Like she hasn't missed all year. 5 seconds remaining. Timeout. Dowling will take it. 64-62 Johnston with 5 seconds remaining. We'll take a 1-minute break and return along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ with local faith leaders.
Hi, Father Joseph Sia here, pastor at St. Mary of the Visitation and St. Patrick in Ottumwa and St. Mary Magdalene in Bloomfield, inviting you to experience the truth and goodness of the Catholic faith. Use your favorite search engine to find our websites. Once again, St. Mary of the Visitation and St. Patrick in Ottumwa. We're also on Facebook, Ottumwa and Bloomfield Catholic Parishes.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
At Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home, we understand the sacred traditions of the Catholic funeral rites. These traditions bring comfort, honor, and hope through faith in Jesus and the resurrection. Caldwell Parish, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home. CaldwellParish.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Packed house, 5 seconds remaining. Johnston has 2 team fouls, so they have about 2 fouls to give here. And Dowling can run the baseline, and Tritton will throw it in here, Tom Donahue. Maroons trail by 2. Looking for Zedeker. They get it to her. Ava's fouled in the backcourt. That'll be the 3rd team foul on Johnston, as they will call the foul on Dea Phillips.
Yeah, this is tough for Dowling. It's another foul to give here in 3.6 seconds.
30-second timeout called by Johnston. We'll keep it here. Our thanks to our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Construction Professionals, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. I want to thank Tom Donahue for sitting in tonight as my partner this year, Mr. Mike Burkert, guy you used to coach with for many years, is in Florida with recognition of his son, Danny Burkert. Got an award from the Best in Business recognition for one of those startup companies that Danny has, and hats off to him. And Mike and his wife got a nice trip to Florida when it was 20 below up here.
He's down there all the time. He goes visits like 3 times a month.
He said there's an open invitation for you to ride along, but you have something like coaching going on. And he learned to retire from that.
Yeah.
He just has me on Tuesday and Friday. All right, 3.6 seconds. Tritton throws it in. His ball is slapped out of bounds by Jenkins right in front of us. And that is 3.4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, crazy things happen. It's just these two teams, it's the way it's going to be.
The Maroons have moved the ball down across half court. They're going to throw it in right in front of you. Yeah. And I've told you this, where you stand there, that's your coaching area. But once in a while during those JV games, you come in front of our banner here. That's the media area, Tom. So tonight you're in the media area. We welcome you.
It's my lower blood pressure area. It's where I come over to take a deep breath.
So you have to step outside the coaching box to come into the media area to get your blood pressure down when you coach.
The coaching area is out of my comfort zone. Over here is in my comfort zone.
All right, 64-62, Johnston by 2. We'll inbound the ball, as I mentioned, right in the right where Coach Danner sits. 3.4 seconds remaining. Timeouts. Johnston has 1 left. Dowling has 1 left. And Tritton with the throw it in. Looking for Ole. And she is fouled before the shot. And Joey Townsell said, yep, fouled before the shot, 2.1 seconds. So where's the ball going to be out? Right in front of the Dowling coaching bench, right where they're standing and huddling. So the Maroons may take a timeout here.
Well,
they're going to throw it in the exact same spot. Tritton will throw it in right next to Coach Danner. Jenkins will defend her. They get it to Katie Muller for 3 off the glass, no good, and Johnston survives. A run by the Maroons, 64-62. Johnston defeats Dowling Catholic, and what a game we saw. And the winning streak continues, 41 in a row by the Johnston Dragons. Congratulations to head coach Chad Jellick. The Dragons now improve their record to 15-0. Dowling falls to 13-3 and has their 8-game winning streak snapped. But what a contest tonight, fans. Tom, we saw a good one, 64-62. The defending state champs, Johnston Dragons, a winner.
Yeah, definitely. I think that survives, when you use the word survives, I think that's very accurate. And I think what was important, and I hope the kids leaving the court realize the cheer they got from their fans over there, because they'll see these guys again, and it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row.
It is.
Kind of the way I'm looking at it.
But they did it to a few teams last year. Dowling was one of them.
Yeah.
Got
true.
3 in a row. But they have that type of team that you can get them. And tonight was on the smaller court here at Dowling, the high school court, not the college court.
And I think that Ari Phillips, for the free throw difficulty she was having, Johnston did a great job of recognizing that they had a mismatch and they could utilize it. And I hate to say it, but Ari Phillips, when she was a freshman, played in JV games, and she did that stuff to us constantly. Going to left, shooting with the right hand, just was uncanny how she could get the ball up there. And she's on the free throw line over and over again there. And, basically it's her 2 free throws that was the difference in the game.
All right, we're going to come back and wrap things up. We'll go to our post-game show with our girls contest. Again, the final in Game 1, it was Johnston 64, Dowling 62, battle of 2 top teams in Class 5A. Dragons improved their record to 15-0 on the year. They've won 41 in a row. Dowling falls to 13-3, and the Maroons had their 8-game winning streak stopped. We will take a break alongside Tom Donahue, Mark Hamadale, back with the post-game show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Vern Steiner with the Emmaus Institute Bible Book in a Minute. Named after Israel's new leader who steps in when Moses dies, the book of Joshua continues where Deuteronomy ends. In Deuteronomy, God calls his people to love and obey him with all their heart. In Joshua, we see what happens when they do and when they don't. There's a great deal of variety packed into this book. Military exploits, a prostitute who devotes herself to the Lord, city walls that crumble at God's command, and the heart of a faithful leader. In Joshua, we see the contrast between devotion and compromise, courage and cowardice, between hanging in and wimping out when the going gets tough. God knows we all need encouragement to put one foot in front of the other on the right path. That's why he gave us Joshua. This has been your Bible Book in a Minute. For a closer look at Christ in the Scriptures, join us at EmmausInstitute.net.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym in West Des Moines. Game 1 is in the books, and it was number 1 Johnston defeating Dowling 64-62 to continue their unbeaten string at now 41 games. And the Dragons now improve their record to 15-0. Dowling falls to 13-3. And going through some of the numbers here, Tom Donahue, Dowling at the free throw line tonight was 12 of 20. Johnston was 15 out of 26. And we were talking about Ari Phillips. She was the only player to go to the free throw line for Johnston in the fourth quarter. And she was 7 of 13. Yeah, 7 of 13. And we have the 2-point game. You look at some, numbers. Ellie Muller averaging 17 points, held to 5, and she fouled out with 5 seconds. Who was the other one? Layla Tritton averaging 11 points, held to 4 points for Dowling. For Johnston, Knitz ended up with 12 points. Yeah. She doubled her scoring. And the leading scorer for Johnston was Ari Phillips with 19 points. Jenica Lewis finished with 13, and Knitz finished with 12. So some unusual numbers.
Yes, very much so.
In a very close game.
Yeah, and the fact that Knitz, I think nearly all her points are probably in the second half, and maybe had a bucket in that first half. But just a game that came down to Johnston being able to recognize mismatches and taking advantage of them. And that's why Phillips, I think, did you say was the leading scorer? I think Phillips might have been if not, close. That she had.
Phillips had 19 points.
Yeah.
Jenica Lewis 13, and Monty Jenkins battling foul trouble. She had 15 points. She was the second leading scorer for the Dragons.
Yeah, you get 3 kids that are in the, and that's Phillips can do that. Johnston's going to be tough. Dowling, I think Zedeker with 34, and like you said, kept Ellie down, Layla Tritton down, and I don't know, Katie Moeller probably had 13 points, somewhere in there, but I think Johnston also defensively, by keeping Lewis basically a one-person zone in the middle of the lane early in the game, really kind of dictated. Ole had opportunities early, had some tough breaks on shots, and I think it was a well thought out plan by Johnston defensively. And but these are two quality basketball teams, well coached teams, and I think Johnston's maybe the fact they're state champions and have this winning streak. They don't want that winning streak to be broken. Certainly not at Dowling, and because that's where the last one was broken.
That's right.
So I think that they really showed a lot of composure down the stretch, as did Dowling. But I think Dowling, you get caught up with maybe Ava wanting to get the ball to Ava so bad, and rightfully so, that it didn't cost them in the end. It just made things difficult.
Well, it certainly did. Let's run down the scoring before we get to we had a pregame the boys contest with Mr. Cataldo. He's just waiting with bated breath back here to replace you. First of all, for the visitors from Johnston, they were led in scoring by Ari Phillips with 19 points. And she was followed by Amani Jenkins with 15 points. Jenica Lewis with 13 points. And Jalea Knitz with 12 points. Kelly Kalb, the freshman, finished with 5 points. And none of their bench players scored tonight. Dea Phillips got in and did not score for the Dragons. And Paige Andernacht was in the contest and did not score. Dragons went 15 of 26 at the free throw line. For Dowling, Maroons were led by Ava Zedeker's 34 points. And she was followed by Katie Muller with 12 points. 5 points each for Ellie Muller and Ellie Olson. Ellie Muller fouled out with 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 4 points for Layla Tritton. And off the bench, Macy Herndon with 2 points. As Maroons led by 5 at halftime, 32-27. Johnston outscored Dowling 19-9 in the third quarter. Dragons led by 5, 46-41 going into the fourth quarter. And the game was tied several times in the final minute. And the Dragons Dowling outscored Johnston 21-18 in the fourth quarter. But Johnston defeats the Maroons by 2, 64-62. Up next, Dowling travels to the campus of Creighton University at the Sokol Arena. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, they'll take on Papillion La Vista South out of Omaha, southern suburb of Omaha. They'll take them on in a non-conference game tomorrow in Omaha. And the next conference game will be a week from tonight. Dowling will host Ankeny in a girl-boy doubleheader. For Johnston, their next game will be a week from tonight. They will host Valley for the first time this year, as they have not faced the Tigers. So that's how it shakes out, Tom Donahue.
Yeah, well, it's I'm sure the coaches are going to be disappointed. I'm sure they're disappointed. The kids, I'm sure, are disappointed. But two great teams.
Absolutely.
When you watch these girls out here battling, you really got to appreciate, and I know, the time and effort that the coaching staff and particularly the girls put in. And Dowling will rebound from this. Good thing is they play tomorrow.
That's right.
And it'll be over.
Thank you, Tom.
Right.
Thanks for sitting in tonight.
Oh, it was fun.
All right.
I enjoy it.
Have one for me on the post game. All right. Yeah. Tom Donahue, my broadcast partner. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll switch things over here to Jimmy Cataldo. The final in Game 1, our girls contest. Number 1, Johnston 64. Number 2, Dowling Catholic 62. As the Dragons improved their winning streak. They have now won 41 in a row. Dowling's with a loss falls to 13-3. We'll return to the boys contest. Pregame then. A pregame show coming up in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.